now too.
All right, we are live. Chapter 677. We're going to do the anime, and then we're going to talk about Hunter x Hunter. And evidently, we may start talking about Fairy Tail after that. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, anything on the first page that grabs everybody? But I mean, this is like every little. It's just like, okay, let's find these characters, right? You know. And here's Asuchi Kaji, who we all thought was going to be dead like a long time ago. He's been like in the bucket list for characters that died. He could
Yeah.
die. And, okay, nothing first page, and we see.
Is that top panel on the left? Is that the ghetto statue?
No, that's
What is that?
No,
no, that's like a mini version of what the first did. Remember that the thing with the hands that Yamato was doing?
yeah.
He had the mini version of what the first was doing. So that's what that
okay.
is. Kind of a Buddha statue deal.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
know
now
they were
we're-
fighting that statue for a while, the ghetto statue.
Now we're on there. Okay, while we're doing this, just for a little bit of fun, who thinks, which one of this dialogue is the lamest? Which one of these is, hey, oh my gosh, there's a bad thing going on over there? I want to just say that I like that we're getting to see all the different characters, so we know that they're still alive, and that we know that they're seeing the meteors come down, and so that way we know everybody's going to get pulled that way, but somehow if they can break through the jitsu and all that stuff. But anyway, so we get to see the Reikage, right? What's happening? And Dari, who I still think he's the clown's Kakashi. I still think he and Kakashi could team up and do some incredible lightning stuff. He can.
Yeah, that would be so awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, he's got like that what was it, Gale style?
Storm.
Yeah,
Because he's got water. Yeah, because his natural is lightning and water, and then he's got storm style, which is like the first, you combine different styles to get wood, and he's got this storm style. So I look forward to that. And Choji's, what in the world is going on over there? This definitely shouldn't be happening. So
It's kind
I
of
like
funny they don't know.
what'd you say, Michael?
It's kind of funny that they don't know what's going on.
It is funny. It is funny. And then a lot of their dialogue is, I mean, it's a tool to pull everybody in there, but but they're not really, saying much of anything. So it's just interesting to see all these characters because we, kind of like, it's been so long. Well, anyway, I'm going to keep going on. Is there anything? I'm on the top part here where.
It's funny to me because how everybody's saying, "Oh, what's going on?" but everybody knows they fight a Madara. Like, of course, Madara is capable of doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone knows his plan, They've known his plan forever.
And the one Kiba is in there. So.
Can't stand
What's wrong,
Kiba.
Kiba?
And the dog.
Yeah.
Guys, look! It's the moon! Look, guys, everybody look up!
Yeah, even Shino's there.
Tsunade. We go to Tsunade. I don't believe it. And we go to the third. How could this happen? And then we go to Sasuke, which is a great one. This is bad. Although his Sasunu does look amazing. And his eye looks kind of like that, in and of itself.
Yeah, I wonder if he could like dispel the Moon's Eye plan somehow because he's got the same kind of eye. He could like negate it.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. I'm going to float something out to you guys. Maybe the Uchiha had to get annihilated because Madara knew that their Susanus would make some of them immune to his jutsu that he's using now.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean that's a possibility.
It sounds logic.
I don't think it's the Susanoo, I think it's the Rinnegan that's making Sasuke.
You think it's the eye, not the Susanoo, right?
Yeah. It's definitely that special Rinnegan that he has.
Okay, so if it's the eye, then it doesn't. But if it's Susanoo that can shield you, then it would be.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I can see it either way. I'm not really sure.
Well, his eye gives him that ability, so most likely.
Most
it'll
likely
be his
the eye. So a vote right now would go with the eye.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're getting at, though, Steve, because if all these Uchiha had Susanos that could negate the effects, then there'd be like a huge group of people that wouldn't be under a spell.
That he'd have to
And
get rid
that'd
of.
obviously be a problem, you know?
So right, exactly. So that would be a fun one. And then and then Naruto goes crazy and decides to shuriken everything. Look out, Sasuke.
He
I've got
uses all 6 balls on his back. He uses them all. He turns them gigantic and makes them all into like QB Rasen Shuriken.
Yeah.
Like
That look like a cool attack. Like,
he literally
to me.
obliterates every meteor in the sky. Takes them all out with this attack.
All right, you know what? And this looks like a page you might be able to talk about a little bit. You're talking about where they're all blowing up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, on the right side. And then 10-10, as with a lot of the females, Kishi's
Oh man.
falls down. She
Oh
goes boom.
man.
So she falls down, and then we see the Sage tools. So we're reminded. I mean, this is more like an episode where they do the reminder thing, right? They do that episode like so far in to go, hey, this is what's happened so far. Like what they did in Kill la Kill in like 30 seconds. They set a record or something with it before even the
Oh, by the way, Kill
first on.
Netflix. The whole thing.
It's doing what?
Wow, I
It's
didn't
on
know.
Netflix. You want to watch?
Oh, that's good.
Not English stuff, just sub, but cool. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, excellent. Appreciate it. That was a lot of fun we had right there. That got everything started. Okay, and Sasuke, and then we got the whole thing. Naruto, damn it! I told you to land carefully. And then Sasuke, shut up and worry about yourself. It's funny how Naruto their personalities and everything. They're just not ever gonna like each other. You know, there's no way.
Is that Madara's
I mean,
horn?
he does like Naruto, though. You know, he does. He does like Naruto. He said long ago that Sasuke. He said long ago that there was meaning between Naruto because Naruto was his best friend. So he definitely likes Naruto. The only thing is that he turned that into hatred. You know, because he wanted to have power. So he believed that power was the hatred, and that's why Sasuke's been what Sasuke's been. But if you eliminate all Sasuke's problems, he would consider Naruto his friend. That's how it is.
I think that he doesn't have any friends. I don't think Sasuke's ever had any friends, and I don't think that I think he respects certain aspects of Naruto the same way that Madara respects certain aspects of the first. I think the relationship is really pretty parallel, but if Naruto gets in his way, he'll take him out. I don't see that Sasuke has friends. I mean, his own crew, he was just ready to abandon them and let them die. So
Right. I just think that Naruto is like his only real friend, and like you said, he'll kill him. His definition of friendship is different from what you or I might think. His definition of friendship is like a rival, somebody that like basically like values his, like makes his existence worthwhile to that point, but like he'll do whatever he has to do regardless of because of his goals or whatever. It's complicated, but Kishi set up that that the way Sasuke looks at Naruto as a friend, I think very clearly since the Valley of the End. So.
Well, how did Madara say the first? He's the person I hate and respect the most. Right? That's what Madara said about the first. The first is the person I hate and respect the most.
Yeah.
So maybe it's some kind of different version of that. What, Sean?
No, I agree.
And now we go to the part where Madara's third eye. Now everything shall become one. And this was a part I love. We get to see the mother, right?
Oh wait, before that,
go ahead.
Stage with the Rasengan blowing up in the sky.
Yeah.
Did you say in your review that you saw a hand come out of the scroll? Is that what you said?
No.
It looks like his horn dropped on it.
No,
I off his head.
I didn't say anything about a hand coming out of the scroll.
Well, maybe it was King of Lightning that said it, because
it wasn't me.
Someone said something about like a hand. Do you think that looks like a horn, Anthony? Is that what you said? Horn?
Yeah. Well, you remember the horn that he ripped off his head?
Wasn't that a bandana?
Well, I don't know. It was cracked and other. Well, it had like a point coming off it, and you see that point land on the bottom right. It's like the little kind of rectangular thing with a point on the end. I thought it was a horn. Maybe it was a bandana. I don't
Oh,
know.
I know what you're talking about.
Right across from where Tintin is looking down in that other little panel in the corner is what you're talking about?
Yeah, where it's got the 2 exclamation points and question
And it
mark.
looked like the thing that Madara ripped off her forehead.
Yeah, it looked like that. And I don't know what the significance of that landing on there is.
It looked like it landed on the paper. No, it looked like it landed on the
On the scroll.
Yeah, that first ninja tool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the gourd.
Well,
I don't know. It's something significant, that's for sure.
yeah, it's the gourd. It was smacked right into the gourd. If you look at the way the rope is, the top of the rope and the side of it, smacked right into the gourd.
What does that mean? Is that it's destroyed now or something?
I don't know the significance. I'm trying to think, and I don't know why focus on that, you know.
Maybe
Sometimes those little things could be like the major issue.
I'm saying maybe it could be used as like DNA. Like, you could tie Madara to the object using his whatever that just landed on that,
Oh yeah, I see what you're kind of saying.
Maybe that's why it was done like that, so they have some kind of method to attach Madara to it. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of funny because if what you said is true, then that means Tintin got like a lot of luck because the ninja tools fall right on her lap, and then that thing fell on her lap as well. So everything was just like it was just right there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if Tenten's going to be the one to actually do it, though, because she said she needs somebody to come from the clouds. Teach her how to do it.
The ultimate troll if she's the one who puts everything in motion.
Yeah, people can't leave that one alone. It's just too good.
It is good.
I think I still go with Daria. I'm glad you brought that up, though, because I had to be honest, I hadn't really noticed that. So interesting.
So then the next page we got Madara and Ragyo on the bottom.
That's what Conley Bob 9. As a matter of fact, if you guys don't mind, I will read this. Conley Bob 9. Kagyo's on some Ragyo stuff. She's the greatest dominatrix of all time, XD. From now on, I think her spirit is there in Madara the same way the sun to Naruto and Sasuke. Madara is powered by her chakra and is influenced by her will to an extent. But I don't believe she'll be taking over. Madara is too awesome a villain to become somebody's tool. Not with his Aizen-level intellect that allowed him to plan this out for decades and even manipulate things while dead for 16 years. Madara is the one character in the series who can say has gone beyond his destiny and become something much greater than himself by taking Kaguya's strength. Alright, appreciate your patience there. And it's from Conley Bob 9.
Yeah, he put it really well.
Yeah, he sure did. But I mean, isn't it awesome that they have her face right there instead of guessing? It's like there she is. This is her plan: dominate everybody, and that's it.
That picture looked like it's like a symbolism.
Yeah, she's like unifying the world. Yeah. Because she's got her face over it.
That's the thing, though. It's her plan. I'm telling you, Madara's going to be a pawn. And she's going to be the one to take over. And I'm probably thinking that she'll probably end up possessing Sasuke to make things going. But yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen. I mean,
that's kind of too much.
It makes sense it happening, but I mean that's a perfect way to strip Madara of all credit in one fell swoop. Have him possessed by Kaguya. I don't like that.
It's also
idea.
the perfect way of getting him to repent. Except the talk no jutsu.
There is no redemption for Madara, okay? He needs to go out like Ragyo did.
Hey, Hashirama's still around.
Yeah, that's true.
And Kaguya, hell, Kishi could make a flashback where Kaguya is the entire reason why Madara is the way he is. And if that's the case, then Madara...
And then the focus gets shifted to a character that we've known about for, the last 50 chapters, maybe?
Hey, I
You
felt
know,
the same way about Madara when he appeared. The only built-up Madara had was when he appeared at the end of the manga and had his flashback. So,
yeah, well, at least his name had been thrown around for the longest time,
yeah,
though.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. But,
Yeah,
well,
there's still a problem there. I see what you're saying, but
Well, if look, if Madara becomes good, then we need Obito and to go back to the dark side. You know, he's like, I'm not going to be on the same team as Madara, so I'll just become evil again.
no one is immune to the talk no jutsu.
There we
I
go.
swear, every single villain in this series.
Now, how many people are going to? Well, I've kind of skipped along. Ochomaru, that kind of freaked people out. Although, if anybody could break out of it, considering the little pieces of his chakra everywhere, I have a feeling he probably could. You know, I wouldn't doubt that he could end up pulling that it's somewhere in Sasuke too, and he could get extracted that way. But I mean, there's Team Snake, right? Or Team, Sasuke or Taka or
Okay.
whatever you want. Yeah, they're kind of. I would kind of figure that Sasuke would kind of want them there, but I don't know. And then there's there's everybody's favorite racist Hokage, the second. Impossible. Has Madara's jutsu already begun? You know.
yeah.
So
You
okay,
gotta
Killer Bee. Huh? Yeah. What?
So Orochimaru has always been bad at Genjutsu. Remember, he was pretty much Itachi's bitch the entire time because Genjutsu.
Yes.
If anyone's not going to, be weak, if anyone's going to be weak against Tsukiyomi, it would be Orochimaru.
You would say it would be him, huh? But he's an
Yeah.
escape artist.
It's
He's
so
an
hard
escape
seeing
artist, too,
him though in that state. He's always been so in control of every situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and besides, like it shows, like people that are just in the very next page, the regular humans just chilling out in their house sleeping, whatever. They're under the effect of the Genjutsu as soon as they wake up.
Evidently, even cats. So even the animals are.
I'm saying, like, you don't even have to look at anything. You just basically have to be touched by the light. And Madara says that you can't avoid the light no matter where you are. So it's like there's really nothing Orochimaru could possibly do.
Well, except that Sasuke and crew, everybody around him haven't. But if it is just that eye, if that eye that he has, the only thing, that's the only factor, then what's everybody else going to do? That's going to be kind of interesting. Well, and if you're an Edo, evidently if you're an Edo, then it doesn't affect you because you're not living. But there's Killer Bee. Killer Bee has made his presence felt. He gets 2 panels, so he's alive.
King of Lightning actually had a really good theory, I think anyway. He said that he thinks the reason why the Edo Hokages aren't affected is because they were inside the Death God. And if that's the case, that means that Naruto should be unaffected as well, since he has the Unikyubi inside him, which was also inside the Death God. It's an interesting theory, I think.
So there's something about at one time being the Death God. Well, that could be it, or it could just be that they're not alive.
Well, I thought it was just because they're more or less a jutsu more than individuals.
Yeah, I think that too. I'm just saying I thought it'd be a good thing to bring it up because.
It's very, very interesting. I can see that making sense too.
So we got the people in the houses. Moving on.
Then you got the
Everybody's
cats.
the cats, the
You
kids.
get the red gun in their eyes.
And then there's Madara. I've jumped on. The light will pierce through even the shadows. There is nothing that can be hidden furthermore, which is what everybody's been saying. No matter where you're at, you're going to get hit with this thing. And then they start getting wrapped up. Everybody starts getting wrapped up.
Yeah, that was gnarly. Seeing that just that vine stretch everywhere and they're just hanging off it like
Pretty much the Matrix.
Yeah.
Now they can be used as batteries to make the new fruit in the tree, right?
That's shockingly accurate.
Yeah, it really is. It's the Matrix.
All right, now Black Zetsu says the light isn't able to shine through Susanoo. ? He could be wrong. Okay, could be wrong. His Rinnegan must be able to fight off the Jitsu. So he's saying that it's that unique Rinnegan that Sasuke's got. So that's what Black Zetsu finally gets to. All right, now we got everybody in. It's kind of like a horror movie. Everybody getting wrapped up, isn't it? Hanging by the thread.
The unfold of the apocalypse.
And then we get the Hinata moment where like somehow even though she's in Infinite Tsukiyomi, she can still think for a second. And what does she think about? Naruto.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised by that.
And apparently Naruto felt it. So I guess that's a pairing ship right there. Naruto and Hinata. And
I wonder if Yamato's going to have any kind of, since he's a unique nature chakra guy, I wonder if he's going to have any shot at all of maybe not being pulled into that thing.
yeah, I mean Yamato is just unconscious the whole time because like he was thrown out of Zetsu and you know he immediately went into the Rinnegan state. So I don't think he's gonna do nothing.
Okay, so nothing from him. Oh, I would hope. Well, we're trying to figure what they're going to do. And poor Minato, he's in there, his jacket's down, he's got no arms.
And how come
Just looking
Tobirama's like okay? Wasn't he like messed up? Like
Oh,
a little
the
bit
chakra
before.
rods? Yeah, I guess he's walking around without the chakra rods now. I guess somebody took him out.
Yeah, he's all of a sudden fine. He's just
Yeah,
walking
didn't
around
Sasuke
like the
pull him
third.
out?
I didn't think he touched him.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
No, it was one chapter where he was
that's
pulling
right.
out chakra rods.
Yeah, because he had him transport him. I forgot all about that. That's right.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's why he's free. Yeah.
And the same thing with the first, because now he's kneeling. The last time he was like laying flat on the floor.
yeah, but I don't think Sasuke pulled it out of the first. I think he only did it for Tobirama.
Yeah.
Well, they show the first still there. He's still on the ground with him. Back.
That's the connection. So Tobirama, Mr. Transport Guy, is going to be able to transport people back to the safe Susanoo, well, actually the safe zone around Sasuke's eye, so that he's going to be the one, I guess, is going to be able to transport people. That would make sense. So
Can't
now
wait
you
till
get
this is animated.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't wait till I know what how this thing ends. Holy
Right.
cow! Yeah, the vines, all the people hanging off it. Wow.
It's gonna look great.
And you know, there's got to be a reason why Kishimoto is having Minato see this. Like, you know, I know Minato has no arms or anything, but like, you know, he's got his legs. He can move around, and he's seeing this now. I have a real strong feeling that Minato is going to go to where Naruto and Sasuke are and he's going to get his limbs restored and do something. That's what I think.
I think he could like his touch could be like the Rinne Tensei, and just like one fell swoop instead of a whole jutsu, since he can regenerate body parts. You think he can give life?
I mean,
like he did with Guy.
Naruto will touch his dad and reconstruct his arms. That's what I think. And Minato could be useful again. Because I don't see what the point is of having him alive, you know, while he's just running around with no arms.
That's true.
Well, if he could regenerate eyes, I'm sure if he made him real, he could regenerate his arms. So that's
No arms?
Huh?
I said, yeah, with Kakashi eye, but with Minato, he can restore Ito Tensei arms.
Well, that's maybe, but he might be able just to make him a living person again. I mean, Naruto's a demigod now, right? So he has these crazy healing abilities, you know.
I don't know. I think it's more like Naruto. Well, I mean, I have no idea because there's no real basis. But my opinion would probably be that Naruto's powers are able to like reconstruct something as long as he has like the DNA basis for it. So he can probably just feel out the Edo Tensei, DNA, whatever it is. He could probably just make it regenerate by its own, or he could possibly undo the damage from the Omnuntin attacks on the Edos, and then get their limbs automatically, regenerate on their own like they used to. Either way, like I think that's a very real possibility that Naruto's powers are like DNA based, in terms of how he can, have people regrow their limbs, because he had to touch Kakashi's eye in order to
Right.
make the eye come back. So.
Well, it's all around Naruto because his healing, he's gotten the greatest healing abilities there is.
Yeah, he
So,
got physical energy.
yeah, exactly. So, all right. Is there anything in this chapter you guys want to talk about? There's a lot of ton of little things. Was there any other little things you want to point out or talk
Has
about?
Well, Elijah popped in here.
Oh,
Are you
I
there,
can't.
Elijah?
I'm tapped out.
Hey guys, sorry,
Hey.
you guys were on a roll, and I know I haven't been around in a while, so.
No, hey, I'm glad you dropped in. We still got. We're going to talk about the anime, which I missed, but I heard was from everybody was great, and then we're going to talk about Hunter x Hunter, which I don't know if you've started it or anything, and then
I've gotten a little bit further, but I haven't broken like episode 20 yet, so I'm just now getting into it. Like I have all the episodes, and like I'm on summer break. I've got 2 more weeks of a break before I start summer classes, so
okay.
I'm getting to it. I'm catching up.
All right. Well, we're almost to the Hunter part of this. Thomas, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
Not bad. Okay, we got 2. Okay, we're about done with Naruto the chapters. Let me go to you, Thomas, first. Is there anything that got that really got you about this chapter that I don't know if you've been watching it or anything that jumped out at you before we move on to the anime?
For me, no, not really.
Well, Elijah, hold on. I get right
Yeah,
to
sure.
you, brother. I get right to you, brother, man. Just Thomas, was there anything with you, real quick?
Did you notice how the Infinite Tsukiyomi affected even the animals?
Yeah, they're all. It looks like
That was
all
pretty
living things. Yeah, because okay, no, all right. Was there anything else, real quick, or it's pretty,
No, it was a pretty straightforward chapter.
Okay. All right, and now Elijah, I'm going to you because I know you're probably going to have a lot more. So, was there anything?
The
Yeah, go
chapter was concerned for myself. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely winding up to a big climax. It's definitely so far along this route, we've definitely had a ton of climaxes and this is the final boss or this is the final form and stuff like that. So hopefully this is the final form. What they're finally going to face ultimately. It seems very dragged out though. Anyway, so far I haven't been really happy with like these chapters for like the last month or so. So I've just been really honestly disappointed. But let's move on to the show, the anime.
Well,
The anime.
I just want to say,
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Michael.
have a theory that maybe that you know how Sasuke and Naruto and Sakura and Kakashi are all in the Susanoo right now and they're pinned on the ground.
Yeah.
I was like, what if Sasuke's secondary Mangekyou Sharingan ability comes into play now? His ability to manipulate the Enton, you know how he can just like create anything out of his fire or whatever. What if he can manipulate his Susanoo that way? Like, what if he could make the Susanoo like kind of like shape it into like a tunnel or something, like to get him to where Madara is or whatever. Because I'm just trying to think like how would they even put up any resistance while that light is going on, So
It'd be cool if he wore it like armor or something.
yeah, so I'm thinking maybe he's gonna do something to shape the Susanoo around them so that they can like walk with them or something.
You guys are reminding me of something Sasuke said, which I forgot about. Sasuke said something about we have to wait for the tree. That's what it is. Sasuke, okay, here's what's said. Okay, here's the dialogue. Don't go out there right now, he tells Naruto. If I hadn't created the Susanoo to shield us all, you'd be under the effects of his Gengetsu. And on top of this, his shadow is out there as well. If you and I get defeated now, it'll all be the end of everything. And then he says, wait for the tree.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I read that. I wasn't sure what that meant.
So evidently Sasuke knows something. This is probably part of the plan that Orochimaru had, since he probably knew what was going on, right? And so when the tree do whatever that thing is that he's going to do. So that's his counterattack or whatever he's going to have in the tree form.
I'm interested to see how much of a role the Ada Kages are going to play in the plan, because they're going to be able to do something. I don't think they're affected by the Infinite Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, yeah, they're the only ones that could be running around. I guess, I mean, that's probably the whole purpose, is they can run around and get people or bring people back in, you know, to
Exactly.
Sasuke, transport him there. So that's what it looks like. Awesome stuff, everybody.
So
I
the last
appreciate it.
page that Minato's jacket still has the Bijudama stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He got the black spear.
Yeah, I just thought that was really funny. Like, why didn't they explode? Like, it just stuck to his jacket.
All right, are we ready to get to the anime? Is there anything else anybody wants to?
I'll make prediction. If you
Sure,
want.
predictions if you guys want. Roll for it.
Um, I think that definitely um, that Kaguya is going to keep taking over more and more, and at some point, and when Madara gets defeated, it'll be a result of Obito like breaking the Infinite Tsukiyomi. That's what I'm gonna call right now. I'm gonna call somehow Obito gets out of the Gen. I don't know if he gets out of the Genjutsu, if it's when he's in the Genjutsu or whatever. He's gonna break that Infinite Tsukiyomi, or Naruto and Sasuke are gonna somehow beat Madara before that, and then Obito's gonna do something where he stops Madara. And when Madara gets stopped, then Kaguya is gonna become the villain, and then Kaguya is gonna somehow possess Sasuke. I feel very strongly about that.
So Kaguya is the final villain.
Yeah. Either way, either it's going to be Obito that causes Madara to stop the Infinite Tsukiyomi, or he causes Madara to lose. Or either way, he's going to have some kind of big role in that, and then Kaguya is going to take the center stage. And I don't know if Madara will get redeemed or not. I think it's a real possibility if Kaguya is revealed to be behind like his descent to madness. So we'll see about that. But regardless, Madara will definitely get defeated, and then Kaguya will definitely take the stage, and then Sasuke at some point will probably have to get possessed or get evil or whatever, so that Naruto can fight him at the end. That's my prediction.
All right. Well, Conley Bob 9 is on the other. He says, I don't believe she will be taking over. So he doesn't think that she's going to take over, but none of us know for sure. So, and I absolutely have no idea. I kind of. Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
No, I have a prediction. It's kind of funny. All right, Team 7 is like reunited now. What if now the fourth Hokage, Kakashi, and then Obito did something to stop the Moon Eye plan, and the spirit of Rin comes back?
That would be stupid, but it'd be
Grant.
And yeah, I definitely think that that Minato's gonna get his arms rejuvenated by Naruto too. At some point, he's gonna get in that Susanoo and get his arms back. And the Edo Hokages are definitely gonna do something. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna make a distraction or something. I don't know. They're gonna help out.
And what's with the fourth Hokage being all the way back in Kahona on top of his own head as a statue? That's what it looked like to me at the end of the chapter.
I think he used his
I didn't
thunder
even
bat.
realize he was on top of the head. You're right.
Oh, he teleported right there. That's one of his. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Really? Let me look at this. Hold on. You're saying Minato?
Yeah.
He's on his stone statue's head. I didn't even realize it.
If you look at the picture, you'll see the little. Well, if you look at the picture beforehand, you can see that he's on. You can see the spikes from his hair, and you see him laying there. If you look at it.
Where is this? What?
The last panel.
The very last panel. Okay, let me click back there.
Pointing to it.
Huh. A lot of little. What amazed me about this chapter was, I mean, this took a lot of effort, really, all these panels. This is a lot of different things going on. Even though the dialogue's not very deep, there's a lot of different stuff happening.
Yeah.
Minato.
Kishi's a good he's a good artist when he wants to be. You know, he can make some detailed drawings.
Well, he's amazing at times. I mean, his artwork and the story. Look, there are parts of this that arcs and everything else has just been amazing. It's just this uneven. You don't know what you're gonna, what you're getting. All right, I'm looking. He's on top.
He's on top of his own face.
Oh man, I'm really awesome. Was that Thomas? Was that you? Who pointed that out?
Yeah. Because I overlooked the chapter right before I jumped in, and I noticed that, and I was like, wait a minute. And then, because the last page is, the panel of Kahuna, and then you look at the page before that, and you can see the spikes from his hair coming out when he's on the monument right by his jacket.
Well, then this means he can still transport around. So he can transport around the second can. So these guys can start bringing people to Sasuke.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
that'd be a good plan.
all right. Anybody want to say anything before we get to the anime? Anthony, you haven't talked in a while. Is there anything else you want to say, or you want us to move on, or?
I feel like it's just something real quick. I almost feel like Kaguya's her picture popping up in the chapter is more or less almost just there to remind everyone that Madara is mirroring her path,
Right.
more than her actually being there and coming back into the fold. And it may just be because I don't want that to happen, but I don't think that she's gonna possess Madara, because I mean, there's been so much time in this war setting up Madara's ambition and his powers, and then just to take it away, that quickly. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, for me, as long as Kishimoto does it in a way that is good and interesting, I'm all for it. But
if such a way exists,
if such a way exists. So I mean, I'm sure it could. All right. Well, that looks like that's it. Okay, one last shot. Anybody want to say anything about this chapter before we go to the end?
I just wanted to say about Kaguya.
A rebuttal.
I feel like that she showed her talk to Madara in the tree. She has a consciousness. And we know that when she was alive, she was like an autocratic ruler, a tyrant. And she wanted power. And I feel like if she has a consciousness now, she's going to want power. She's not going to want to share it with Madara. There's no way that, that the devil gives power away, for nothing.
Michael, there is one thing. Well, what you said supports it, but the biggest thing I think that you have going for you is who has been guiding and telling Madara all this stuff. That if it's her, that actually would make a ton of sense. So that supports what you're saying. But actually pulling it off when we see it, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get to the anime. I didn't watch it. I'm sorry, guys. I intended to, but it just did not happen. So who wants to? I heard it was phenomenal, by the way. Everybody said it was awesome. So Elijah, you said you saw the anime?
I didn't see it all the way through. I've honestly been super busy, but I'm still here to hear you guys talk about it though.
Oh, okay. Well, who wants to? Actually, Anthony, you don't mind starting us off with the anime, do you?
No. It was it was one of those classic Godzilla monster fights. Like half the episode was just these massive beasts just getting tossed around, and then it was just it was a throwdown. It was absolutely a throwdown, and there wasn't much talking. It was just all action. And
it was done really well, right?
Oh yeah, it was done excellently. Like a lot of times when you get these big, massive, characters moving around, and all this quick movement, sometimes it can look sloppy, like during the Pain fight. If you see, when Naruto and Pain are fighting at the end, when he was in his QB form, it looked really sloppy, and it was like kind of I don't know how to explain. Anyone who's seen it knows what I'm talking about. But it was done really well in this episode. I can't remember what reviewer I was watching, but one reviewer mentioned that the episode was directed by like the same guy who did the Sasuke versus B fight, and the Naruto and the Itachi versus Sasuke fight, and all some of the best fights that have been in the series. So you got some pretty decent pedigree behind this episode.
Yeah, because the artwork was really good this episode, I thought.
Yeah, it was excellent. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Definitely.
And like Steve was saying, or was it Michael? One of you guys were saying that it kind of makes the Jubi seem not ridiculous like he was in the manga.
Yeah, I was saying that.
Yeah, that was Michael. And
I thought it was really cool to see all these big explosion scenes. These were all one panels, big like one-page panels in the anime, and I thought it was really cool to see all those in movement and in color.
Okay, well, Anthony, are you done, Anthony? Or...
yeah, more or less. I'm just
Okay, we'll keep going back. Go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead and keep going.
can't hear you that well, Steve.
Sorry, guys. I was moved to the other side of the room there from where the mic is. Well, anyway, I'm glad you could hear me. So, Thomas, go ahead and keep going. You know, Anthony's done for now. We'll keep bouncing back and forth to people there. Thomas, was there anything else you wanted to say?
Oh no, that was it.
Sean, I know you were talking before we started. You really liked the episode, so.
No, just he pretty much explained all of it. Like there wasn't no talking. It was a lot of action. It showed the Nine Tails of being more of a leader within that fight.
Yeah, that was I forgot to bring that up. That was a big part of the episode too.
And he coordinated a plan to like have Kakashi Komoe the Eight Tails closer to the Jubi. So he's kind of being like a leader in that fight, but overall, like, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's incredible to see how far the Nine Tails has come. You know, if you think back to the fight with Sasuke at the Valley of the End, and how he was kind of like a devil on Naruto's shoulder. You know, I'll give you this power, and you'll do this, and you'll do that, and I can control you, and I just want to get out of this kid. Now he's here. You know, it's incredible how far he's come in the series.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool stuff that went on the episode, like the QB and the Eight Tails shooting Bijudamas rapidly at the Jubi, and the Jubi like flicks it away with his finger.
Yeah, that was great.
And then like he responds with his own attack, and Naruto's both Naruto and B shoot the attack, but it's still not strong enough to stop the explosion. So then they both like completely like cover up their bodies, and the Kyuubi uses all his tails like a shield, and the ox rolls up like a ball and stuff. It was like really great action in this chapter. And Naruto friggin' throws his clone. While they shot those Bijudamas, like Naruto threw his clone and Kakashi on top of the Judy. Kakashi opens Kamui and lets the Eight Tails out of it. And, like, it was so cool. Like, it's such a great episode. And the very end, where they all working together to take down the Jubi, and Ino stopping Obito, all in this episode, real good.
Yeah, it was on such an epic scale too. To just finally see everything in motion.
The QB almost at one point took Mike Guy to go heal him.
Yeah, and then that one part he's like, "What about my healing?" That whole Shinobi Alliance jutsu was so much more epic in motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you get to see all these different clans, and they all have their specialties. You know, the Saratobis with their flames, and then and the Abaramis with their beetles and stuff, and it was truly a sight to behold. And I like how the episode ended. How they don't really show the Jubi breaking out, but you hear Madara and Obito's words, and you see it cracking a little bit, and you know it was off or not, but they don't show it. So it kind of ends on a abysmal or depressing note, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Like foreshadowing.
he got like a bit cocky because he's looking at the whole alliance, and then he just says to Obito like, "Oh wow, how pitiful," and then you see the Jubies just breaking out of it.
Yeah, he does marvel at it for a bit, how they're able to coordinate with each other and work together like never before.
Well, that sounds awesome. I'll be glad when I go ahead and see that. There's definitely some things I need to catch up with. All right, let's see. Is there anybody else that wants to say anything more about the anime before we move on to Hunter?
I don't think I'm done.
All right, anybody? You did an awesome job, though, Anthony. Really appreciate it. Everybody contributed too. Okay, we're going to go Hunter x Hunter. Before we start talking about this week's episode, Elijah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you said that you've started. You said you're on about episode 20.
I'm in the teens right now, so I'm I don't know why. I'm just a little confused at what I'm looking at so far, but
Well, tell me. I'm. Trust me. I am. I've been waiting for a very long time to hear what your impressions are. Even if it's good.
Well, I don't want to. I definitely want to continue first before I give the rest of my
Well, just tell us where you're at.
Well,
What's going
I guess
on?
they're done with. Oh my God. Oh dear. I'm at a loss for words for where they're at right now. It's right after he leaves like the island, and he meets up with the dude with the suitcase and the kid with the white hair from the clan.
Yeah.
And they finished the. Oh my God! Did they finish that?
It's the exams and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the exams. Okay, yeah. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit past that part, but I guess I watch it late at night because I'm catching up on a lot of stuff right now. So I can't really recall. I'm so sorry though. It's just
No, it's okay. Well, I mean, and you may or may not like it. I mean, it took.
no, it's not that I'm not liking it. It's just I definitely need to have pay more attention to it because I was thinking it's like, oh man, I'm gonna sit back and watch this, but there's definitely more going on that I need to pay attention to apparently with the show.
It's
But,
very subtle.
yeah, it's subtle. Yeah, that's definitely that's definitely what's happening with it. But yeah, sorry. But yeah, I definitely want to hear what your guys' opinions are on it, though, or on this episode. Or but
All
yeah,
right.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
No. I just when new people get into it. I mean, Sean just got caught up, and it took Sean until a really awesome arc. You know, New York City or whatever before he really got into it. So it depends. It takes people. Spiders, right, Sean?
Yeah, like when they was doing the auction.
You ruined everything, Elijah. You ruined it all.
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Well, I mean, the truth of it is, when and if you ever get time, which I hope you do, and you get into it, Tagashi is in for it. So, you know, I can't wait to hear what you got to say about that. All right. Let's see. This week's episode was more. Less. Well, it was less action. Now I'm trying to remember it. Thanks, Elijah. Now I will blame you for this. Okay, somebody get me started.
I mean,
get me brain locked. You know.
It was basically a lot of it was focused on Gon's reaction to finding out that he can't be brought back.
Yeah.
He's gone, and his like inner struggle between whether he should be sad or angry, you know, he just doesn't know what to do. Like it's like there's this influx of emotions inside him, and he can't pin any of them down. They're kind of just flying all over the place.
Right.
And
Well, let me go ahead and jump in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, right. This is just before we're going to get into the fight. Okay. And this whole episode, and once again, Tagashi's getting you into Gon's mind. He's so desperate to save Kai that even when she said, "Look, I can't do it," and she breaks out that nurse out of her tail,
Dr. Blythe.
Dr. Blythe, which is crazy looking.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh my God!" He's so desperate. He's just trying to clutch at any straw. But but on the other side, the other extreme is the rage. The rage he has at himself for putting Kai in danger that got him killed anyhow, right? Now, Kai, it was Kite's judgment to bring those kids, and they ended up finding stuff bigger than what he thought. So it was really Kite's fault, okay? But Gon has internalized it and is just destroying him. The guilt and rage combined, and then she's feeling. She's like she's sitting there. So I mean, it's just like fragile. It could just completely break apart. And he's like, and he looks over and she breaks that out like she's gonna heal. What she used to heal that other woman. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's gonna bring him back. She's gonna heal him even. And then she starts fixing her arm that she broke.
Yeah, it was like a smack in the face.
Yeah.
I've said my apologies. I'm done apologizing to you. I'm gonna heal my arm now, and he took it totally wrong.
So it just, you could see all this happening undercurrents of a human mind, right? And then Poof's manipulation of everything in here, like always, was extraordinary because he gave her the call, right, to say that they didn't have the girl anymore, the hostage, so that she had no reason not to fight Gon. He eliminated the thing that was going to keep her, right, in that phone call thing, right? Oh my God.
I kind of find it hard to believe that, like, Pito didn't see through that. No, Pito. Like, she kind of knew that Poof had this kind of dislike for Kamugi, and she had to have known his power. I almost feel like she should have suspected something.
Remember, I still think she doesn't realize the full extent of Poof's trickery. Maybe. Because she was shocked whenever he tried to get Knuckles out of there, right? To try to create a Poof. She saw that what he had done had created a problem, but I still don't think she's, because Poof is a conniving SOB, man.
He's a scumbag.
Woo!
He doesn't care. He'll do anything. He'll use underhanded tactics.
He reminds me of a butler.
He looks like a butler, that's for sure.
He's like running around fetching things. Oh, let me go clean this up. Let me go get this. Oh, where's the king? Let me go see what the king's like. He's like a butler.
Well, that almost makes me think that some of the neatest, well, I don't know, some of the potential neatest characters was the butlers in this show. I like those guys. That's going way back.
And going way ahead in a sense.
Yeah, both at the same time. All right, but so this was not a lot of action, but like I say, Tagashi getting in people's minds, explaining their feelings, and showing the complexity of it. And you're just, like I say, watching people breaking down, and then you understand when things happen. It makes perfect sense because you've seen their emotional and mental thinking to get there. So Gon has just gone through hell. He's gone crazy. He's gone to the evil side, so to speak, and it's about to get unleashed.
Yeah, that's.
So I don't want to go beyond that, right? Yeah, it's about ready to go. All right, now you guys, anybody else want to talk about it, or?
I keep telling you, Gon has always been crazy. He's a really crazy.
You have been telling me that Gon is nut job from Whale Island at the beginning, right?
Oh, he is. He is.
That's why it makes so much sense that he could even be friends with Killua, who's just like the psychopathic assassin when he first meets him.
Yeah, they're just a dysfunctional duo.
Yeah. It's like Gon has this like childlike innocence and this purity, but in reality he's pretty deranged. So
Yeah, well, he doesn't have the moral compass. Like, well, he does, but he has this like innate ability to just throw it out the window whenever he wants. He
yeah.
ignores it. You know, it's not that he doesn't know right or wrong. It's he doesn't care. You know, if he needs something and he needs to get something done, he's gonna do it. And you know, whether he takes out your mom in the process, he's gonna do it. You know. But I almost feel it was kind of a mistake to separate this week's events with what's inevitable. You know, what's gonna happen next week
Yeah.
with his. I feel like that should have been one episode.
Has anybody seen the manga for it?
Yeah, I read it in the manga
Yeah.
before watching it, and
You know.
I didn't like it in the manga that much, but I also didn't like the King versus Netero, but in the anime it was incredible. So I'm reserving judgment until I see it.
Yeah, you go for something where the art is pretty shaky, you know, in the manga, and then they've absolutely done justice in the anime to it. So.
Yeah.
Thomas. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying his power was cool though.
Who's? Gone?
The chairman of the Hunter exam or whatever.
Oh yeah, Netero. Yeah, he had an awesome power.
Yeah, go to Netero. Thomas, are you? You got your mute? You're muted over there. Okay, now Elijah, you still there? Elijah, have we lost you?
Like he stepped out.
He probably stepped out or something. He's probably okay. He said be right back in chat. Okay, I see that. All right. Well, anyway, we kind of want to talk to him a little bit and see what because he doesn't sound very impressed with it yet. So, well, he may not like it. I don't know, but I know. Like I said, I know Sean. It took you a few. It took you a few arcs before you got into it. So,
Yeah,
all
it
right.
took me to the auction.
Trip. Yeah, to York, New City.
That's a heck of an arc.
That was an incredible arc. I gotta go back and
I
watch
still
that
think my
actually.
favorite arc though is probably Greed Island.
Really, you go on the unpopular. Because
Yeah.
that always seems like the redheaded stepchild of the series, even though I really like it.
I love Greed Island because
I liked it too.
just the whole concept behind the fighting system
Yep.
and you know the like the card game fighting system with the Nen being made real, like making a real life like fantasy place and having everybody like fight each other to the death and strategize how to get cards to get out of the game. I thought it was really interesting, really fun.
Yeah, I loved it.
Well, people like the components of Greed Island. They just don't like the Greed Island, if you know what I mean.
That dodgeball
Yeah.
sequence was incredible. I keep going back to that, and I love
Yeah,
it.
it was epic.
That was so good. And then I love Bisky, and she was a huge player in that arc. And I like Genthru. His, like I said last week, his power, the bomber power, was really cool. That fight with him and Gon was really good too.
Oh, by the way, I know this isn't Hunter x Hunter related, but if you like games like No Game No Life, that show is amazing. Every episode is almost better than the last. Like the game,
I've been wanting to watch that.
you guys gotta watch it. But
All right.
getting back to Hunter x Hunter, yeah, Greed Island, I loved it. And just the fact that it was even it connects to the black spiders. Like they're there and they're using it as a way to get their leader healed.
Right.
That was really good. I'm almost upset that they didn't put the black spiders and Hisoka in the Chimera Ant arc. It would have been fun just to see them slaughtering ants and
Well, the Phantom Troop is in there for a bit.
Yeah, they was there for a little bit because there was fighting wasn't there like a woman ant that looked like a scorpion?
Yeah, she was What was her?
Oh,
I don't remember her
like that.
name.
You're talking about that queen or whatever. Yeah, like she became the queen, the one that could sting somebody and turn them into an insect.
Yeah, she made a nest in that meteor
Yeah,
city,
yeah,
was it? And that was their hometown, and they
right.
went in
Yeah,
there,
you're
and
right. Yeah, that's right.
that was really cool. They were like, they were all like betting and who could take her out, and by who could take out their opponents the fastest, and that
Yeah, that's
was
right. Complete.
it was like a kind of a mini one off in the middle of the Chimera Ant stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was basically just to show that they're still there.
Yeah, but not every member was there though. Like what was that one dude's name? The dude with the sword, that Nobunanga wasn't. He wasn't in there, and there's a couple other members that were absent.
There was a new member too. There was a new girl. I think she has like the ability to hear people with paper or something. Like she stuck paper to all of them, and she could hear where all the Phantom Troop members were.
Yeah, wasn't she related to Killua in some way?
They said that there was brother and sister.
Yeah, that was that. Well, it looked like a girl and it was a guy, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking
Yeah,
of someone else?
I don't know. I'm getting confused. I don't know if I'm gonna get pulled into this or not.
No, we were just talking about there was that like remember that 2 episode like one off with the Phantom Troop and the Chimera Ants.
Yeah.
There was like one member of the Phantom Troop that was like newer. It was the new
Yeah, it was
number
the
4.
sister of Killua. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the one that replaced Hisoka. And I thought one of
Yeah, it was the
one of his
sister.
features. Yeah, but it looked like a guy or something. I don't know. I thought it looked like.
Yeah, because I just remembered her from when it was her following her mother around. You know, whenever they went in there.
Yep.
It was,
It's not important, but
yeah, but it's interesting. So there was that little part there, but that was interesting too. Well, it was interesting because we got to see a lot more about what the spiders could do. So,
Yeah.
it was pretty
I just
phenomenal.
brought it up because I thought that it would have been cool to see like the spiders like be a part of like the battle to fight the ants instead of just that little one shot whatever.
Well, let me,
But it
Michael.
was interesting. I forgot about it.
Right, but Michael, I want to go. Speaking of the spiders, everybody, the dark. Well, let's go ahead. Okay, spoilers. Anybody that's not, caught up with the chapters or whatever, we're going to talk. We're going beyond this episode. So anyway, so the dark con. How do you guys feel about the sheer scope of a whole like area? Another almost world or something where they're going to be able to go to, and all this stuff.
I still haven't caught up, so I can't really comment on it.
Wait, can you repeat that again?
Okay,
He's talking
yeah.
about the dark
Elijah
content.
dropped because he didn't want to get spoiled. So, anyway, damn it, I wanted to ask him some more about how he was really feeling about the show. But anyway, whatever. So but I mean, think of the scope of this. How many characters did we get introduced to in the council and all these guys, right? A lot of characters, right? I'm talking about toward the end of the manga here, right?
Do you remember that one chapter where they were explaining his sister's ability with the where she asked a favor like 3 times and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I had to read that chapter like 4 times to understand it. I don't know if that was hard for anyone else to understand.
Well, because they're still trying to figure it out. It's like different parts of the family have different pieces that they understand of how her ability, and they're also trying to understand if you ask favors of her in the order, if it annuls it, if it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just very difficult to understand for me. It was really deep, and I remember I kept reading. I'm like, geez, I gotta.
Well, only Killua knows how it works. He knows exactly how it works. He hid like a lot of information from the rest of his family. He like figured the whole thing out.
Yeah.
So
Because he spent a lot of time with her. Yeah. But if you don't mind, what I'm getting to about the Dark Continent is I think we're going to see the spiders. I think we're going to see, because remember they said every time bad things come from there, right? Every time people go over there, bad things end up coming over here, right? So I think it's going to be epic. I think we're going to get to see everybody. I think it's going to be. I would think that that might even be the reason that he went and took this hiatus, was actually to plan this out and get it all worked out. To be perfectly honest.
It better be damn good then, because it was a freaking huge
Well,
hiatus.
But look at the difference in scope. He adds a few characters, right, and then he brings some others back. Adds a few characters, brings. It's been slow. This he just went, okay, here's 50 bazillion characters, right? There's already been introduced, at least casually, to all these other characters.
Yeah.
And that means there's going to be a ton of characters. And we're probably going to find out what? Gon's mother is probably from over there, right? It's one of the reasons Gon is so powerful. And it's just, for me, it's just like, this is just going to go off the scale. I think he might have actually, bitten off more than he could chew.
Yeah, I gotta read this tonight. I keep telling myself I'm gonna read it. But...
The Chimera Ant arc is, it was constantly interrupted. And it was like small breaks. This one, if he took 2 years off, hopefully that means he won't break at all. And, he's gonna have like all of his, like you were saying, Steve, he's gonna have all his notes prepared, all his everything planned out, his whole story. And if that's the case, then then maybe it'll be a nice, smooth transition, and we won't get any more freaking breaks. Because that's what I hope for. Because he's so detailed and complex that if he's not going full steam with it, he can lose readers. Because you gotta be with that story. You gotta keep it up.
Well, and let's admit it. People have talked about the timing of this, but the timing is what? The anime is getting caught up, right? To at least this arc, right? The last full completed arc. So him coming back now is probably saving the manga, to be perfectly honest.
The anime?
The anime. Well, saving the anime, yeah, too. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he can release enough in time for it to keep going, though. I think it's definitely going to have to stop.
He doesn't have to. No, he doesn't have to. They just need to know that this guy's producing. They can sit there and say, well, we'll take another season off, but we know he's still producing. But if he wasn't producing this year, then they're just like, forget it. What's the point, right?
Yeah.
Why are we going to go beyond this arc? Because the next arc isn't done. Why even go there? So now they're like, yeah, okay, we can at least start it, or whatever. That's just my own thoughts on it. But what we have, wait a minute, we have stuff coming back like Kite is a girl now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that for a little bit.
Wait,
growing Kite.
Is a girl?
Yeah, Chimera Ant, right? That little Chimera Ant, tiny little baby.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh, because you said you're not caught up with the manga?
Wait, are you talking about the one that the brother is looking after?
Yeah.
That's not Kite. Isn't that his sister?
No, that's Kite. If I remember exactly, right in there, they keep calling that one just some other name, and it's like, no, my name is Kite.
Okay, this is something I didn't read, so I can't really comment on it.
I haven't read it in a while, so I don't remember that part. But
That's Kite, and even Gon says, remember when Gon sees it? Is this going to spoil stuff for you, Anthony? Do you need? I mean, is this,
no, it's okay. I've read everything.
Well, I know you, Michael, but I mean, Anthony, is this? I mean, because you said you're not caught up with the menu, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we can skip it. We don't have to talk about it.
Well, it's not a big deal. I was maybe 15 to 20 chapters away from the end. So anything you say now, I'm probably gonna read right after we get off here. So it's not a big deal.
Well, anyway, even Gon, remember when he, gosh, the whole thing with his father. That's one thing I don't want to spoil. But anyway, he did say he apologized. I'm sorry that Kite's a girl now, and all this kind of stuff. Well, anyway, so that's it. Kite's.
That sounds incredibly weird.
Yeah.
I gotta read this.
I kind of remember. Ain't he got reconstructed? Like he rebirthed into a girl. And
he got consumed. If I remember right, his brain or something. Didn't he get consumed by the mother? Isn't that what happened? And then he was reborn as because he said my name is Kite, so I'm pretty sure that's and like I say, even gone in there. But anyway,
Yeah, because he was talking to the koala bear.
So you mean that he got consumed by the queen?
if I remember correctly, the brain did.
So like they fed his brain to the queen?
No, I kind of remember the queen. Remember that there was the episode when the queen was dying, and then there was the baby that came out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's Kite, and it was a girl.
Yeah.
I thought that thing died. Didn't it die?
No. What was that?
The brother, what's his name? The one that was loyal to the queen. They gave it
First
him.
blood leader, yeah.
Yeah, he looked after her, and then what was the guy's name? He got on the phone with Merle, and then
Yeah.
they were saying, she was saying, no, my name is Kite, and then Merle like got all shocked.
Okay, here's what it says. I'm looking at. It says, though Pito later revealed to Gon that Kite's vessel is dead, it has since been revealed that Miriam's younger twin sister has Kite's memories. This means that his brain was devoured by the queen after his death.
So are you saying in the sense that that just how these Chimera ants are kind of like different incarnations of their human counterparts? That's how Kite is. He's like a Chimera ant now, but it's a girl Chimera ant.
Yes.
That's
So basically it's not Kite though. It's the little brother's. It's the brother's little sister from the beginning when they were both devoured by the queen. But
that was Colt.
Memories.
Yeah,
No,
Colt.
Yeah, Colt.
Colt was the brother.
Right.
It would be Miriam, the king's sister. The king's twin sister has Kite's memories.
Okay. Right, but Colt is looking after her.
Yes.
Right.
I got
Cole's sister looks like a regular ant because she went back to the village.
Yeah.
Her head and everything.
Yeah, she was the one where the guy was like, "Oh, don't hurt us. We're peaceful," right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her. It's a little confusing.
It's extremely confusing, and I gotta refresh myself.
Well, Sean, I'm glad you were here to back me up, brother. Yeah. I was on a limb there for a little while.
Yeah, that was like my favorite art. I kind of remember everything about it.
Well, I never doubted you. I didn't know where you were at, and you were kind of speaking ahead of what I had covered.
Well,
so I wasn't
yeah,
sure.
I'm kind of, the whole thing playing there with Colt, and it says, it's like, quit calling me that. My name is Kite, and I went, that blew me away. So.
But yeah, it was a good episode all together, though. In my opinion. Can't wait for next week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I still don't think that means that Kite is a girl. I just think it means that this girl has Kite's memories.
Well, I think that Kite's. I think we're just going to accept this, Michael. That Kite is now a girl. It's just the way it is, man. Whatever,
Well, it's not Kite anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a being that has Kite's memories. It's what Michael's saying.
You can say it that way. I mean, it's like all the rest of these Chimera ants that were people before.
It's mincing words, I guess. It's
yeah. But
it's kind of like a.
Yeah, she's with the koala bear, the one that was a detective.
When we had that water bottle thing that shot people.
Yeah.
But now we're past that part. Think of how powerful Kite, regardless of gender, is going to be. You have a character that's the twin sister of the king, right? With Kite's memories, some memories, and some of his abilities, and some crazy ant abilities. I mean, sitting back waiting for her to develop and see what kind of character, what kind of abilities and everything. I can't wait. Because I think this whole
dangerous.
Oh yeah, well the character, yeah, because she's sitting there dancing around with twin swords. She's dual wielding, jumping around.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You would think it would be dangerous to let her live because who knows? Maybe one day, being the twin sister of the king, maybe one day she could become like his mother was and start, reproducing the ant population again.
Well, Takashi, I wouldn't doubt that she would do that. You know, I wouldn't doubt Takashi could do that. I mean, think of how mind-breaking that's going to be for us as fans to see this character that's really a character we loved, and then it's also going to be sort of evil. But then again, whatever they find in the Dark Continent, they're probably going to need all the allies they can get.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Kite is one of the great tragedies in shonen in the shonen genre. Just his early death. I really wanted to see more of him. So even if he's in another,
that was crazy.
Well, Kite's back.
Holding his head.
Kite's a little different now. It's a different version of Kite, but still Kite nonetheless. All right. Well, anyway, I guess that's going to be about it. Is there anything you guys want to bring up or talk about before we go ahead and end? I appreciate everybody coming on. And
yeah, no problem.
I just want to hear everybody's opinion. Who has like the best ability on that show of Hunter x Hunter?
well, is there anybody? I can't remember his name. The guy that looks like a clown.
Hisoka?
Yeah.
Hisoka.
Yeah. His ability mixed with his cunning, his absolute sneaky cunning, is amazing. You know how he can mentally break people and trick them.
Yeah, because he was a manipulator, right?
Yeah. So he fools people all the time. You know.
Honestly, I want more development on Gon's ability. Because, like, for me, the whole rock, paper, scissors attack is, like, just a cheap way of using his nen in like, a different type of forms.
Yeah.
But, like, he doesn't actually have a legit nen power himself. Like, even what's going to happen next week, I don't feel like that's, like, a legit nen power as it is just him going absolutely insane and pushing himself to his limits.
Well, what it shows is, yeah, but I think that if Takashi wants, we could watch this kid grow up. I think he's taking his time. I mean, he's patient. Tagashi's been really patient in all his arcs and everything. So, step by step, ability by different ability. But if you notice what happens is Gon overcomes some big obstacle and it looks like he's on top of the world. And then what? And then he gets to the next level and he finds out he's nothing. Right?
Right.
All right, Anthony?
That's the basic formula of all, fighting. It's basically like the only way to make the hero stronger is to make, stronger people exist in the world.
Yeah, well, his power isn't really a power. It's more of just like a tool for him to channel his nen through. It's not. I see what Michael's saying. He needs something like Godspeed mode that Kilo has. Something along those lines where it's legitimate power and not just a one-off thing.
Yeah, because he's not anywhere near these other people. He doesn't have these, he doesn't have an object or something that he could summon, all this kind of stuff like the crazy gun with Kite or, he just isn't,
And the only thing, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, but you're right. But what Michael's saying is correct. But I don't see the problem in it. It's just going to take a long time to get there.
Well, the only thing keeping him afloat right now is it's hard to explain. I feel like the only thing that keeps him in the game is his potential is there. You see what potential this kid has, but
Yeah.
he never really does any. Well, I don't want to say he doesn't do anything with it, but he's being left behind. With I feel like Keel was there as not only as just another part of the story, but as someone to compare Gon to. Look how fast. I don't know. I almost feel like Keel was on Royal Guard level, and even though Gon, well, spoiler, takes out Pito in one hit, he kind of it was a sacrifice, so it doesn't really count. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he basically sacrificed his life.
Yeah, and I don't feel like that's progression. That's just him losing control of himself. So
Well, the fact is, even Killua doesn't. The fact is, even Killua doesn't deserve to be there at this level. They're just they don't. Neither one of these kids should be where they're at. They
But
should.
they keep going forward.
They keep going forward, but I mean, they're all being carried. But like I say, Michael, I see what you're saying, but this is the way the progression has gone. This is how it goes. So we will see Gon.
It's kind of getting tired now that every arc, Gon and Killua are weaker than the enemies. Then they do a little training and they get a little stronger, and it's like back when at least Killua has his ability that he can always fall back on and refine it and and make it better. But Gon is always just doing the same rock paper scissors shit. It gets boring. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, no, what you're saying is right. That means he's due to get to get upgraded. That's what you're saying is right.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, I like the Merle's ability. The pipe.
Deep Purple.
yeah, in the smoky jail.
Yeah. And he has the ability to like hold his breath for like 10 minutes.
He's like a super experienced veteran though. I mean, this guy's seen a lot, and he has a lot of ways.
Yeah,
That is
at full
amazing.
power. At full power, he'd be a serious threat to some of these royal guards.
Yeah, he was the only person that actually fought like most of the Chimera ants.
And he came into the main battle like at what was it, 40%? He said.
Right.
So he wasn't even at full power. If he would have been at full power, he would have been a serious force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and that's another thing to see him later. We're going to get to see him hopefully at full. And Netero was crazy. I mean, that was insane what happened there. We get to see quite a bit there.
I hope we see that kid who was training in the Heaven's Arena pop back up.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Yosh, the one that would. Yeah, but he was told by his instructor, like in kind of a delicate way, you're not really that level. He's probably going to be like an average nin user, I guess.
Maybe.
Or maybe he will get a bump up or something.
And then that dude who was playing dodgeball against him, who was Jing's friend. Or Ging.
Oh yeah, the dodgeball dude. Who thought that was going to be phenomenal? I sit there and said, oh gosh, we're just okay. They're just going to knock this out real quick and get past this, right?
It was the best part of that arc.
That made me want to play dodgeball.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was the most intense dodgeball game you can ever witness.
It was kind of like the tune-in exams, like the idea wasn't to pass the test, and the idea wasn't to play dodgeball. The idea was how you're going to cheat to win.
Yeah.
Most of the situations.
Oh yeah, with the first phase of the tuning exams, I remember that.
At one point, I took a health cone.
One of the reasons that worked so well is because Togashi is such a gaming kind of person, and it was the rules. You kept getting pulled into how the thing worked, which kind of gets you to what Michael was saying. How do you find out what the rules and then bend them, right, without fully breaking them until you win,
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting.
Even that little rule, like the rule where you can just jump back in, like one person can jump back in.
Right.
Like that was just a great little strategical element he put in there to help. What was his name again? With an R, I think it was. The guy, Razor, yeah. Like because Razor's ability was like dependent on that one rule, because he can make one of his clones jump back in, and like he can switch them out and stuff like. So it was really cool, like just how that one little rule that you wouldn't think much of like what was so integral to to how people possibly obtain victory. It's cool. Yeah,
I'll
man, that was one of my favorite arcs.
It was a good arc, that's for sure.
That was amazing.
Bisky was so good. I love that character to death.
I have to admit, I would want to see a lot more of her, but like I say, once we get into dark content. Well, anyway, I want to go ahead and start wrapping up. I really enjoyed this. I really look forward to our talks. I wish it was more than once a week, but that's kind of how it is for the moment. So.
yeah.
Well, just wait till we start talking about the manga chapters, and they'll be fresh in our minds. Every week we'll get brand new chapters. It'll be awesome.
Can you imagine just clicking on there and seeing it after a couple of years?
Well, I never followed it when it was out, so this is going to be a new thing for me. Is it a weekly thing?
Yeah, it was a weekly.
Or is it?
Well, when he wasn't doing.
Or was it monthly?
Yeah. No, it was weekly.
Oh, okay, because I know there's some like Attack on Titan and Berserk. Well, Berserk is not even monthly anymore; it's like yearly.
Well, Michael, you were following it. It was weekly, right? And then it became sporadic?
Yeah. It was,
You talking about Berserk?
No, I'm talking about Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter, I don't think it was weekly. No, it was monthly. It was like every 2 or 3 months a new chapter came out for about...
Well, when I look back on it, Michael, it was like every week, and then it started getting sporadic. Let me go back.
Not when the Chimera Ant arc was on.
No, that's what I'm saying. Before he started doing hiatus.
Okay. Yeah. Before that, it was every week.
So hopefully we should, we should be going back to that, which is what it should be when he's not doing hiatus all over the place.
Right.
So
I was thinking about the Chimera Ant arc. That was like painfully slow.
Right. So he's got all the arcs. He's got everything set up. He's got the highest level shaman, warlock, mage in Warcraft that he can get. He's got all his gaming stuff squared away, and he's got his back healed up or whatever. He's got everything squared away.
I want to see one time like somebody like post like his Japanese account online or something. See all his characters like that.
All this kind of stuff, and then he's gonna find. Well, okay, we can talk a little bit of Hearthstone now, if you don't mind. He'll find Hearthstone, and he's going to be going on hiatus again. So.
Yeah, so like I said, I got my legendary in the pack.
Awesome stuff. We're gonna talk Hearthstone for a few minutes, and I'll go ahead and break it out. So.
I gotta go. I got some stuff I gotta do. It's not because I'm not interested in Hearthstone, but I really do.
Well, that's okay. Actually, you know what? We're going to end this. We're going to end this, and me and Michael will just talk. I don't know if Sean's in this at all. We'll go ahead and talk about it. Anyway, I appreciate everyone. This is another awesome day. Like I said, I want to try to do this more than once a week, but right now it looks like it's just going to be once a week. So once again,
anime recommendations: No Game, No Life, Hitsugu no Chaika, and what's the other one? Black Bullet. Really, really, really good. And
all right.
Wixis has gotten really like diabolical.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. We'll close it out. We'll close it out until next week. All right, everybody. Until next time. Take care.